Okay, so I am live on TikTok, live on YouTube. I'm going to talk about very quickly the the pre-match thoughts about the lineups. I'm going to go through the bracket. I'm going to give my prediction on every single matchup in that knockout stage in the round of 32, and I'll go through each round and show who I would have progressing forward. So this will all be on YouTube. If anyone wants to watch it on YouTube, there's a link in my bio, and it'll have all the images on there, like the actual matchups and everything like that. But let's go ahead and have a look at this, which I'm hoping is working. Doesn't look like it is. Okay, so for South Africa, I thought in the first game they looked horrendous against Mexico in the first game, but they've got better in the next two games. Sito, I'm surprised he's coming back in after his howler in that first game at the tournament. But Mbozaki, Mbozaki, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. He has been very good for them so far in this tournament, and their attack just isn't very good for South Africa. But as a team and the African team as a whole, they're physically imposing. They work hard. They fight for each other, which is why they're so hard to beat all the time. But the Canadian team just has so much more quality throughout the squad and on the bench. Like Jonathan David, I'm not sure how many goals he scored so far. I think he's got 4 goals. Let's have a look at Jonathan David. Oh, Jonathan David's got three. He scored a hat trick in one game. And then you've got Buchanan's played well. Saliba's probably been their best player throughout the first 3 games. But then when you look at the bench, they've also got Promise David, who can come on and really change a game. He provides a different kind of feel to a game over someone like a Jonathan David. The goal that Promise David scored in the last round and the touch from Saliba for the assist is incredible. I do. I still think Morocco. I still think Spain are favourites for me. Just Morocco. Which bit should Morocco be in? I know Morocco's favourites. Morocco's the best team. Biggest disappointment. I don't know. Let me know. So for Canada, I think they go through this game. I think they've got too much quality to lose, and having the home advantage of it being in North America is a massive bonus. Hello, Leah. I'm afraid. Sorry. Is a honorable mention. Yeah, for which one though? I think Germany and France is an interesting name. It is. It's a very. I look like Zalewski. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, to be honest. Right. Let's look at for everyone in here as well. Let's look at the brackets. I will ignore this list for a minute. Right. Um, if you like it up, if you like the live, we'll get some people up, talk about this list in a little bit. But I want to talk about the brackets and who I think will win each game. So top left here, Germany versus Paraguay. I think it's an easy win for Germany. Paraguay, they just don't have much going for them, and Germany have looked good, especially against teams who let them have the ball. They are vulnerable defensively, but I don't think Paraguay have enough going forward to really trouble them. France versus Sweden. Again, I think it'll be a good game, but France are just too much quality in the French squad. I don't think there's any chance they get knocked out in this round. South Africa, Canada. I just said Canada win that game. Then the best game of the first round is Netherlands versus Morocco, and it could go either way. It genuinely could go either way. But I think Morocco win. I do think Morocco beat Netherlands, and that if you're gonna watch any game, it's at 2 a.m. British time. if you're going to watch any game in the knockouts on the round of 32, that's the game to watch because it'll be the most interesting. It'll be the most back and forth game. Next, Portugal, Croatia. Oh, it's tough. It's tough to choose this one because Croatia didn't look great against England. They looked a lot better against Ghana and Panama. And Portugal, I think, have been bad. So I actually think Croatia win that game. And I think Portugal drop out. Sorry. I think Portugal lose in the round of 32 to Croatia. Spain then beat Austria. USA beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. And then Senegal beat Belgium. I think Belgium stink. I don't think Belgium get through. Brazil Japan again is going to be a very interesting game as well. I'll give it to Brazil. I'll give it to Brazil. I think they've got the individual quality over Japan to where they win that game. Ivory Coast Norway is probably the second most interesting game behind Morocco Netherlands because they're both attacking wise, they're both incredible. And I'm going to slightly give the edge to Norway because I think you've got a guy who can guarantee you score you goals, whereas Ivory Coast will guarantee create chances, but they don't have anyone like Haaland to just finish the chances. Next, Mexico versus Ecuador. Mexico have the home advantage. I think that this is played in Mexico City as well. Ecuador good defensively though. I think Mexico win that game though. I do think Mexico win that game. Then England Congo. I think England come through. Argentina Cape Verde. Argentina win that. Australia Egypt. Egypt win. I'd like to see Australia win, but Egypt win. Switzerland Algeria. I think the African teams are going to be good. I'm going to go Algeria. And then Colombia versus Ghana in the final round of 32 game. I think Colombia win that. They're a good side. Colombia are a very good side. So back up to the top. Germany versus France in the round of 16. I think France win, and I think they dominate Germany, to be honest. I think Canada win tonight. Then we got Canada versus Morocco. I think Morocco win that quite easily. Then Croatia versus Spain. I think Spain win that quite easily again. Then USA versus Senegal. I think Senegal win that. USA, there's only so much you can ride the home advantage, and I think that's where it ends against a very good side in Senegal. On the other side, Brazil versus Norway. I think it will be a close game, and it will massively depend on how they play in that round of 32 game because they both have a test in the round of 32. Neither team have a easy win where you just expect them to go through. But I think Brazil will win because I think the way Vinicius has played, he's he's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, especially for a team like Norway who don't have any standout defenders. It's going to be attack versus attack. But I give Brazil the edge just because I think Haaland needs the supply, whereas Vinicius can kind of create everything himself. Then Mexico versus England. I think England beat Mexico, although it will be a lot closer than people give it credit for because Mexico are playing in Mexico City. Then Argentina versus Egypt. I think Argentina win that quite easily. And then Algeria versus Colombia. I think Colombia win that. So now we get to the semis. Oh, quarterfinal. Quarterfinal. I've got France versus Morocco in the quarterfinal, and I think Morocco win that game. I think it'll be very difficult for France to outplay Morocco, and I think Morocco will be quite happy to play without the ball and counter-attack them. On the other side, you've got Spain versus Senegal. I think Spain will win that game semi-comfortable. Then Brazil versus England on the quarterfinals. Of the other side, I think England beat Brazil. I think by that point, England will have most of the issues sorted out, but also playing against Brazil, who are going to be more attacking. I think England will win that game. And then you've got Argentina versus Colombia, battle in South America, and I think Argentina win that. So my semis: England, Argentina, Morocco, and Spain. That's my top four teams. I think Spain beat Morocco. Morocco fouled out in the semi final. And England Argentina is going to be so difficult. Such a difficult game to call. But bias aside, I do think England will beat Argentina. I think we're lucky we're on this side of the bracket because if we were on the other side, we'd probably get knocked out in the second round, in the round of 16 against Spain, if we came second in the group, for example. And then Spain versus England in the final. It's why I predicted before the tournament. I still think it will be England Spain final, and I'm gonna go with Spain win. That's why I said at the start of the tournament. I think they're just gonna get better throughout the tournament. I think they're only gonna improve, and I think the more Yamal plays, the better Spain will get, and that's just what's gonna happen, in my opinion. But if we have a look at today's game, it's just good watching knockout football. I just need Canada to win tonight to get through the next round, last man standing. I mean, do you get a prize for the longer you get in there, or is it just like kind of for your own just pride of having Canada? You want them to push up, you want them to give you a chance of winning. So what I do want to do, I want to get people up. Thoughts on Portugal game? I thought Portugal were bad. Again, I think Croatia beat Portugal. Different team each week, can't choose same twice winner. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Swiss beat Algeria easily. Come on, stop the crap. Algeria, a good side. I agree with the others, but you put Spain favourites over France and Argentina. I just think Spain will get better throughout the tournament. That's why I put France. The thing with France is they've shown what they are, and you kind of know what you're going to get with France. You're going to get a lot of firepower up front, and they're kind of just going to overpower you. But Spain, we haven't seen the best of so far, and I think Spain will just only get better as well. Um, and I think if it comes to the semi-final and the final, a lot of that is going to be come down to tempo and who controls the ball. And Spain are always the side that control the ball and control the tempo of their games. So Messi, best player, obviously he's going to score a ton of goals against. He scored 6 goals in two and a half games. So I chose Scotland week 1, Algeria week 2, Mexico week 3. So I've got all big teams left. That's a good tactic, to be fair. That's a good tactic. You want to save the bigger teams for the moment the knockout stages come in. Dark horse, would you put Japan? I don't know if you can call Japan dark horses anymore. That's the problem. Because Japan have been good for a few years. I think Mexico are more of a dark horse because I didn't personally expect them to to win 3 out of 3 in the group, have 9 points coming into the knockout stages. And I never would have said that they would win round one against someone like Ecuador. So I think Mexico is more of a dark horse. Are just a local team unless they play you like you want them to win. Japan are good though. Technically, they're a good side. They've got a lot of good players who aren't world beaters, but they're just good at what they do. And same as Morocco, but Morocco on another level. Well, pretty much the exact same thing. I saw that, but I think he's wrong. Joseph, with what? Why? They got three draws to get through. Yeah, but they won 3 games out of 3 in the group. But Mexico won 3 out of 3 in the groups. I wouldn't have had them. Huh? I wouldn't have had them winning 3 out of 3. I just don't trust France. I think they're too firepower based. If you can kind of hold them down defensively, they're not gonna. It's a big ask, but I think Spain just have more about them throughout the whole team. Joe, you coming up to the pub to watch it? Nah, just the usual crowd. 7 or 7:45. Is a big one tomorrow. Busy one. Busy, busy, busy. I might come over. I said busy, not Izzy. Um, I might come over for breakfast in the morning. Yeah, I was going to, but then I just kind of sat in my room doing nothing. There's some good what? Oh, really? Fucking hell. But we'll say the amateur thing. Yeah. Fucking hell. And he's. How do you even get a professional? You need to earn a certain amount of points in tournaments. Oh, so you actually have to just do that. Yeah. Yeah. What the one that got yours today? He finished. I'm trying to see. The tournament's not up there yet of his result. But that guy Harry Cox, he's 1,179th in the world. That's pretty good. Well, he won the Hertfordshire Bowl earlier this year. Did he? One of your school friends. He's a couple years younger than you, isn't he? Yeah. I don't know. He named in the England boys squad. Where's Jar Roofing? Don't be silly, mate. Spurs are a big team. What background are you talking about, Jules? We're not a relegation side. We're a Champions League football next year, man. Watch, we'll sign Tonali. We'll sign Rashford, and we'll be alright. We'll finish fourth next year. Chelsea aren't bigger. Oh, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy. Yeah, comes in the pub. You know Jimmy. He's a Chelsea fan. Yeah, see, he's laughing. He wishes Chelsea were bigger, mate. Yes, Anita, British. Chelsea stink, mate. They're signing players from Sunderland. You're supposed to be a big club, and you're signing someone from Sunderland who's 33. You know, dropping like 30 mil on him as well. All right, mate. Big boy chefing. Ex- What, in the oven or in a pizza oven? Nice. You gotta get yourself an uni. I know. Maybe you'll get some freebies. Who knows? Make sure you get me one as well. Well, electricity or internet. One of them two was in um Graham Bell. No, we didn't invent. Well, yeah, we're Scottish, so I guess British, yeah. But it's funny because she put British and intelligence, so she couldn't even spell. Bless her. Nah, bless her. But if she wants to come in and start beef, I'm all for her. Anita Maxwin. Bless you. Thank you. I feel blessed already. I feel my intelligence mounting. Thank you, thank you. All right, Joe, go eat your pizza, man. See you later. Light, light was invented by Nikola Tesla. I'll be honest. I don't think light was invented by Nikola Tesla, because I think light was always there. In my personal opinion, I don't think he did. I'm from Portugal, and I agree. Rafael, finally, a Portuguese fan who's not delusional. All I've had for the last week is Portuguese fans who telling me that they should be first or second, they should be ahead of Spain. They're talking rubbish, all of them. Portugal stink so far. They absolutely stink. Raphael, why do you think why do you think they've been so bad? What would you put it down to? Would you put it down to coach? Would you put it down to the players? Would you put it down to just the teams they're playing against? What do you think? Messi no best. He has refs in his pocket. He still scored 6 goals in 3 games, in 2.5 games. So, all alternating current system, Tesla revolutionized how power is generated and distributed. Oh, Anita, you're French. Yeah, Spain is, I think. Um, to be honest, Darwin, um, I'm not knowledgeable enough about that. But you said revolutionized, so not invented. That's what I do know. Three should not count. Should have seen red and last goal kick terrible. Goalkeeper terrible. But he still scored six. So yeah, I understand Darwin, but I want to talk about football really more than AC system. I think the coach is not helping when you take some players off game that are actually doing good. Um, but that can't be. I think the biggest reason is he's playing Ronaldo. That's the biggest reason for why France as a whole, why Portugal as a whole, don't look good. Anita, it's a shame you're going to lose to Morocco. To be fair, I did have France as my complete disappointment in this tournament, and they've done better than I thought they would. I know why the car's Tesla is because of Nikola Tesla. I understand that. I just don't want to talk about that because um I'm not knowledgeable in that space. Yeah, I knew that. Can Mexico go to the semi-finals? No chance. I don't think they've got a single chance of getting to the semi-finals. They'd have to beat too many teams that are better than them. Let's have a look. Who would Mexico have to beat to get to the semis? Um, Mexico would have to beat England and then Brazil, Japan, Ivory Coast, or Norway. Nope. I think Portugal get knocked out in the first round, round of 30, round of 32. I think they lose to Croatia. Spain favourites when they've been litter, bro has zero ball knowledge. They're still my favourites. Yan Diomande going to PSG, is it confirmed? Because if they do, if he does, that's a disgusting amount of wealth in their attack. Especially if Barcola doesn't leave, then they've got the best collection of attackers I've ever seen on one team. If you have Due, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola, um, Yan Diomande, Ibrahim Mbaye, mental. Any chance of Cape Verde upsetting it? I don't think so. I don't think Cape Verde, as much as Cape Verde have been alright as far as like just winning points. Um, I just don't think they can hold down Messi. Most of the players are going to be in awe that they're on the same pitch as Messi, let alone stop him. So, um, yes, best player Messi, Kate. You might want to change that to Sito later. Sito would be my biggest disappointment for four players. I don't know how he's starting. Um, Argentina can't win. They could win. I don't think they will though. Not 100% confirmed yet. But biggest disappointment. I don't know. I think Portugal have been more disappointing because no one thought Turkey could win. But I think a lot of people thought Portugal could win, and they just haven't been good enough at all. It will be France. It could be. It could be France. It wouldn't surprise me if France went through, but I think Spain. I think Spain are better. What about Scotland? Scotland are terrible, aren't they? France looks way too strong. Yeah, their attack is incredible, but then again, they haven't really been troubled defensively. And when they have been, they've conceded goals. Morocco versus Netherlands prediction. I think Morocco win, and I think it will be a Bouhaddi man of the match performance again. Just because they've won fucking bad game doesn't mean they're bad, mate. Who are you talking about? Portugal. Portugal haven't looked good for large spells in their three games. What do you think about Morocco Netherlands? Yeah, I think Morocco win. Your head's in the way of half these picks. There's only five. I'll try and sit back here, but I don't know if you can see it. Japan will turn over Brazil in a shock defeat. It wouldn't surprise me. I think if they can shut down Vinicius, then they have a chance. But I just don't see how they do, to be honest. Morocco have the crazy power against big nations. Morocco are a big nation. Morocco are like ranked sixth or seventh in the world. So yeah, I think the Portuguese team feel a need to play Ronaldo, even though he's not good enough anymore. Congo don't beat England though. Um, but Congo getting through is a surprise. But Mexico won 3 out of 3 in the groups. I don't think Spain's a favorite anymore. They don't play like they did in 2024. I still think Spain are the best. Biggest surprise, USA or Colombia because of the kind draw. Um, I don't know, but Mexico still won 3 out of 3. So you know, Mex Cape Verde just went out and to get draws. Mexico at least went out and won all three games. So, Anita, you said you were French. Um, okay, we do have an appointment with the doctor, and that scares me. It scares me the way we've played in the last game, against Ghana, and then against Panama. We weren't great. We weren't bad, but we weren't great. Would you put Ramos over Ronaldo? I don't think he's better. I think I think Portugal would be better with Ramos in than Ronaldo in right now today. The thing is, if you gave Ronaldo 10 chances and you gave Ramos 10 chances, Ronaldo scores more of the 10 chances. But as a team, Portugal will create more chances with Ramos in there, if you know what I mean. So USA, who are USA playing? I just went through it. USA are playing Bosnia. I don't think they lose to Bosnia. Do you want the job for Portugal? Yeah, I'll take it. I don't think Cape Verde is the biggest surprise though. I really don't. I'll take Ronaldo out the squad. Um, not the squad. He'll be my second choice striker. I mean, after Bosnia, yeah, they will. They'll lose to Senegal after Bosnia. Yeah, I get that. I just got the Ronaldo glasses on. Most Portuguese people do, and the problem is people don't like to accept when someone's not who they were before. And he's 41. No athlete is elite at that age apart from the only one I can think of is LeBron, and I think Lewis Hamilton is nearly 40. But then again, he's won his first race in about 3 years. So Tom Brady, yeah, Tom Brady as well, but he took a little breakout as well. Is 41 and Ronaldo would kiss my ass. I don't know about that after what I've said about him. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton won in Spain 2 weeks ago. Yeah, no, Hamilton's not 43, is he? That's too old. Um, I don't know. Tottenham needs to throw money at Newcastle to get the Tonali deal done, but I think it could happen. But then again, I still think we might be better off signing Wharton for the same price over Tonali. So I don't think Spain have been a bigger disappointment than Portugal. Morocco need a superstar striker like Yamal and a better bench, and they're going to win the World Cup. But they're in a great position now where they've got young players and they've got like semi-experienced players, like people 25, 26, that when the next World Cup comes round, they will be in a great position. But I don't know about winning a World Cup because the problem is all the best like Moroccan players like choose France. There's a few African countries where their best players just choose to play for France, and then France is going to win. That's one of the issues with the system of picking who you want to pick and who you want to represent. But if you're good enough to play for someone like France, you know you're gonna have a better opportunity to win the World Cup. And if you're a player, that's what you want to do. You want to win the biggest tournaments. I'm just more disappointed in the Portugal midfield. They don't play well with Ronaldo because Ronaldo doesn't make runs. So when Ronaldo doesn't make runs, you lose the best part about Bruno's game, which is his creative ability. So take away Bruno's creative ability, what is he? He's nothing really. Like take away his biggest. Same with every player, by the way. You take away their best aspect, they're just nowhere near the same player. So you take away that aspect of his game, um, because you play Ronaldo, and that's what happens. Oh, silly defending there. We can go back to Portugal versus Morocco. Morocco would win that for sure, but they already won the Under 20 World Cup, so maybe I don't know for the next. Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe they will, but I don't know because some of the players have probably already been scouted by France to come across. Why aren't the wingers doing the running? Ronaldo should, but you can't just have your wingers doing the running. You need to have someone who can separate the centre backs or separate the centre back and the fullback, make runs in those spaces as well. You can't just be relying on your wingers, especially if there's deeper centre backs, because any ball you play through to the wingers would then be too far out from the goal, like wide. Um, and you can't create much from there. Yeah, yeah, Pedro Neto isn't great, um, but Bruno's biggest thing is gone. I think Spain, Anita, right here, Spain win. Who do you think Portugal should start at the winger position? I think it should be Leao and Trincao. Leao and Trincao. Um, Potentially you then put um Jao Felix through the middle, depending on the matchup. If you want someone a little bit more physical, you go Gonzalo Ramos, but Leao has the quality, so it is an issue because he might punch someone, but he's a good player nonetheless. I think Jao Felix can be a good striker depending on who you're playing against. If you're playing against a physical defense, he won't do well. Neto is so bummed. I don't know why. Roberto Martinez is a bad. I can't say he's a bad coach, but I don't think he's a great coach. He was at Belgium, right, and he kind of flunked their golden generation. So Conceição is good as well. Conceição is good, but I just think Trincao gives you a better profile on the wing. I just prefer Trincao, um, to Conceição, but you could pick either. They're both better than Neto, that's for sure. Guys, make sure you like the live and follow along as well. Share it as well. Share it with your friends. Share it on your story. Once I get to 500 likes, I'll bring someone up and we'll start talking about it. But make sure you follow in if you request to come up. Followers will be given the priority. Ronaldo needs to be a super sub. Yeah, I agree. Snock, I agree. We are just lacking creativity. Vitinha's only playing balls back to the defender or side passes. But part of the issue is that like everything that Portugal do is now in front of the defense because Ronaldo's Ronaldo's a statue. He just stood in the middle. So I don't think he has with Ronaldo in the team. I don't think you can get the best out of that Portuguese midfield. Do you think Croatia will win? I do think Croatia will beat Portugal. I do love how you all talking about Portugal. Everyone loves talking about Portugal for some reason. I don't know why. Messi, FIFA Prince, more the king. The thing with Croatia have got better since their first game. They've improved in each game, whereas Portugal have been inconsistent throughout. They've just been like this. No, because I still think Spain can win it. Like if Spain had no good games, then Spain would be in there. But the last game they played good, and the other two games they still controlled a lot of the ball. So I don't think I don't think that makes a difference whether they're European or African or Asian. Colombia should win now. Fran, I think Croatia win that game, and by Portugal will up their game. Yeah, but I don't think Portugal can up their game against someone like Croatia. Brazil don't have more chances than Spain. And Mexico aren't reaching the final. I hope they do, for your sake, Snock, because then you can say you told everyone that they were reaching the final, but I don't think they do. Switzerland, I don't see Switzerland getting out of the first round against Algeria though. So I struggle to put them. Jessica Alba, by the way, is on TV. She's the goat. I don't think Cape Verde are the biggest surprise because they were set up to get draws. They didn't set up to beat anyone. I need to stick some money on it and see what happens. I think they can reach quarterfinal. You think Swiss can reach quarterfinal? So Switzerland would have to beat Colombia or Ghana, Algeria, and then Argentina. Not a chance. You got this one motherfucker in your background that's basically chilling with you. What my background? I've got Jordan Pickford. Hang on, can you see it? I've got Jordan Pickford and um I've got Gareth Southgate. Yeah, France have been best team so far. Cape Verde, I don't think no, because Cape Verde have been set enough. Yeah, in here I've got. Let me see if I can Pickford and Gareth Southgate. Norway getting out in the round of 16. Probably. I agree. The team is better than both by quality. Swiss. I don't think so. I don't think it's that high, Yasin, but they drew against one of the top teams in the world, Colombia v Argentina. You, you, Colombia should have won that game, first of all. Colombia were better than Portugal, but Portugal should be beating Colombia. So you can't be happy with the draw and then say they're going to go on and win the World Cup or go far. Good. It's a high boy. Look it up. 39. I think it's like 34. I don't think it's 39. I think it's 34 or 35. Slight better. Both teams could have won. No, Colombia were much better than Portugal. I wouldn't be surprised if Portugal lost on purpose. They they don't need to lose on purpose because other teams are just better than them and win. Welcome back. Welcome back to a new list as well. New list. Smigava. What do you think about this one? Not much better. Bruno could have scored keeper lucky. But as a whole, Colombia were better. You can pick out moments for both teams. The guy said Croatia is not top 10. I don't think Croatia are top 10. Who do you think will win it all? Noah, right here. Bottom. Spain. I would say 60-40 Colombia. I think it's higher than that. I think it's more likely 75-25. Only for the delusional people who say he's a candidate. Eh? What do you mean candidate? Smigava, at 500 likes, I'm getting people in. It's not a matter of opinion. That's fine, Yasin. I thought I was under the assumption that it was 35. Um, I didn't realize it was that high. I apologize if you were offended by that. I do think Colombia were better like that. You're hating on Portugal. I'm not. I don't think I'm hating on Portugal. I just think I'm watching the matches, and Portugal don't look like a good side as a whole. Not 75 though. Portugal created chances close to. Okay, 70-30. Does that make you feel better? Turkey is disappointed. Nobody expected Portugal to do anything. Everyone expected Portugal to do something, and people wanted Turkey to do something. So, who do you think winning Brazil or Japan? I think Brazil win that game. Uh, no way. Russia, England that struggled against Panama. I don't think England struggled that much against Panama, but also England aren't in the list as like one of the better teams. So, like England won that game. So I think Morocco win that game 2-1. 2-1 for Morocco. Yeah, go on then. We'll get some McGarver in. We'll get this started.
Hi again, bro.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Well,
Okay, I this list is better than the last one.
okay, that's a good start.
Yes,
Well,
but
what do you disagree with then? There's something you disagree with.
yes, the last two.
The last two.
Yes,
Right, who should be the biggest surprise then?
biggest surprise probably Japan.
I don't think Japan are a surprise though.
Yeah, they are, bro. They are not like favorites, and they're playing really good.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna pull up the current ranking for Japan. They're 17th ranked in the world.
Okay, and they are, for me, they can easily be in the semi-final.
Semi-final.
Yes,
What?
I don't know what are, but they will beat Brazil for sure.
But then they beat Brazil. They then have to beat Norway or Ivory Coast, and then
Okay,
England, and then England, in my opinion, in the quarters.
okay, I think England is shit.
England are better than Japan.
No, bro.
They are.
We saw how they play against Ghana.
And what about Panama and Croatia?
Yeah, okay, Panama, like they're bad. Panama really bad. And Croatia, I told you, first half they were playing good. Second, they fall off.
Okay, but Japan, Japan don't have the quality that England have,
Okay, bro.
and I think
They
in
are technically better,
they're technically
faster,
better.
better. Yeah,
Japan are technically better than England.
for sure. They actually have a high school for technicality in Japan.
I don't think they're more technical than England. Well, I guess it depends on what you
Bro,
consider technical. Because like
okay, but like yeah, but and Ivory Coast are for me also better than Mexico. Like
no, but that's my surprise. Like I don't think Ivory Coast playing like this isn't a surprise to me because I thought they would be good.
yeah, I don't know, bro. Like Ivory Coast, I honestly thought they were gonna be shit.
I thought Mexico would win one of the three games. They won all three.
But they had a like easy group.
Yeah, but you still have to win three games out of three in a World Cup. It's not easy. You have to score the goals to win those games. We also need to be defensively solid to win those games. So as a whole, they surprised me massively. So what about the bottom one?
Cape, biggest surprise Cape Verde also.
Yeah, but the issue I have with Cape Verde is that they set out to get draws. They didn't go out to win any match. They went out to get draws. I understand they're a tiny nation, and for them to even achieve that is massive for them. But I can't put
Yeah,
them
but
in that.
everybody thought they're gonna go 0 points.
The fact they got 1 point isn't too much of a surprise to me. Maybe 3 points is a surprise. I'm surprised they went through, but they also did just set up to defend and get a point. So
Yeah,
yeah, I can't put them as that.
Mexico it is surprise, but not the biggest.
But the thing is, you can have five teams as the biggest surprise, and you're kind of correct with all of them. Just for me, based on what I expected going into the tournament, they were the biggest surprise.
And favorites are not Spain.
But who do you have favourites?
It's,
France. So you
I
think
think so.
France beat Spain in the semi-final?
Yes, for sure.
Do you not think Spain will get better between now and that game?
Probably they're gonna be better. Like they played horribly against Uruguay and just 1-0 against Uruguay and couldn't beat Cape Verde is like criminal.
Yeah, but I think Spain will just get better throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, but France is now better. Favorites are right now, not later on.
Yeah, but it's my prediction going forward. That's why I put France as the best team so far, and I would pick Spain going forward.
No, bro, France is gonna beat them. They're faster, better, like bigger stars, key players.
Yeah, but I think Spain are a better team as a whole.
No,
Yeah,
no, for sure not.
France just have the firepower up front.
Spain doesn't have a striker, normal striker.
Yeah, but Oyarzabal had the most goals and assists between those two teams in the qualifying. So you know,
Yeah,
Oyarzabal, their
you
striker.
sure?
Yeah, he had 5 goals, 6 assists. So he had 11,
Okay,
11 goal contributions in qualifying.
9 goals, not in groups.
No, I know in qualifying. So
Yeah, but
so they do have a striker. He's not as good as Mbappe, but they still have one.
yeah, but like Lise, Dembele, and Mbappe are literally the best trio in the nations right now.
Potentially, but like Kelly just said that there, Spain never need a team with an out and out striker, and I kind of agree with that. I think they are missing someone off the bench that they can just cross balls into, and just like attack the ball like Morata did. But other than that, I don't think that they have a single weakness in their squad. Spain are always going to dominate the ball against whoever they play. So Yazabal does that for them in the striker position.
No, but literally, I France are much faster for me against Spain. Like they would beat them comfortably, like 3-1.
No, I think you're wrong there.
No, bro. Who's gonna score against France?
Yamal, Pedri, Kabasi, Oyazabal,
Yamal,
Nico
Yamal
Williams.
with one, Yamal with 1 goal, Pedri with 0 goals and 0 assists. We have Barsi who is not good at Barcelona last season,
He's not
and
good at
now
Barcelona.
he played better last years. This season was he played he was bad. I
Uh,
like Barcelona.
I don't know. You can say he's bad.
Okay, not bad, but like he had better years like last year. This season is like worse.
But you can argue Saliba. You can argue Kabasi's better than all the French defenders, though. You
Um,
can argue it.
Saliba
Yeah, but Saliba's probably had a better season, but I think Kabasi's probably a better player.
all time or like just this season.
Like if I had to pick one, I'd pick Kabasi over Saliba.
I I would just because he's younger.
No, nothing to do with it. If I just had to pick them for one season, I'd rather pick
Yeah.
Kabasi.
Then Saliba played at Arsenal. Arsenal was best team defensively. You cannot
Yeah,
pick
but
Barcio. Saliba.
the system means they have the best defense. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
But
but the players do the system, bro.
yeah, but you still have to set up in a certain way.
No, bro.
I'm gonna
Trust me.
get my boy Kelly up, and then you can come back
Yeah,
up in a little bit.
yeah, okay,
Uh,
for sure, bro.
Cheers, bro.
You should.
Let's get Kelly up.
Hey, what you saying, my bro?
How you doing? First time I've got you up,
I'm
you
good,
know,
bro. I know, man. I know, man.
all tournament.
I see you doing it today, bro. Don't worry, man. I'm glad you put Spain as favorites, bro. I'm glad you realized that.
I picked Spain from the start. I've had
Yeah,
Spain as favourites from the start.
do you know what it is? Like the issue is not even me being confident. It's just I think the injury of Nico Williams has like dealt us a massive blow because his replacement doesn't even play. I don't think De La Fuente trust him yet.
Is
Doesn't
Nico
even play
Williams
behind
out for the
the line.
tournament?
I mean, from what he said, he still thinks he can come back. We're still waiting for reports from like physio stuff, but some people speculating that he's not going to be back this tournament. I think
I didn't see that.
realistically like semi-finals.
That's a big blow
Yeah, yeah.
because
But
if
like I
you
said, I still think we've got a player though. That's the thing. We do have a player that could actually do what he does.
but you could put
We got
someone like
Munoz, but he hasn't played.
who
He hasn't
Munoz,
played this tournament. So yeah.
but you could put Danny Olmo on the left. Um you could put Ferran Torres, but he's not great. Um,
Yeah,
is it Baena started the left one, the last one?
yeah. We got Bayern Yeremy Pino starts on the left as well a couple of times. But I think Nunez is the best one. Ferran Torres is a good shout. But I
He's the
think
closest with
the
the
only problem
pace.
is big ones with them.
That's the problem because Nico
Yeah.
Williams is so direct. If you come up against France and Kunde, I pick Nico Williams to get the better of him every time.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no, I agree. I agree. But do you know what it is though? Do you know what it is? I don't think we need Nico Williams to win the whole tournament. I just think in terms of obviously attacking well, he's a massive part. I think we can scrape through games without him. It's not going to be pretty. I don't think it'll be like a pre-World Cup for Spain.
No, I think there'll be some games where you struggle but get the result.
Mm.
When you wouldn't think that. That's the thing with Nico, where he's so direct and on counterattacks, he makes you so much more dangerous.
No, I agree. I agree. Right. I feel like against France, that's probably going to be needed because I know it's going to be end to end.
That's the
And
thing. It will be.
it was through Nico that we were able to beat them in the Nations League because I think got a goal and assist as well. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but you need Jamal to stay fit as well. I think if Jamal can't play 90 minutes throughout the tournament, then you're going to struggle.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah. I think if Jamal can't play 90 minutes, then yeah, it's going to be a. Oh, bro,
but then again, you say that about
we had a
everyone.
strong.
Like
Say it.
if Mbappe couldn't play 90 minutes, you wouldn't pick France. If Kane couldn't play, you wouldn't pick England. You know, it's you can say that about every team.
Yeah, true. But do you know what it is with France though? I think they've got more options than any other team. Like obviously with England, yeah, I understand. Spain, I understand. Even I'm trying to think. Even Germany, if they don't play, I don't know, someone like Vert, for example, for 90 minutes, they struggle in terms of
Yeah,
creativity. So yeah, I
that is the
think
one thing though. Firepower for France is massive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think with Spain tactically, we are good enough to beat any team. It's just sometimes the personnels that we have just don't tend to perform in the big stage.
Yeah,
It's only Yamal, Pedri, Nico that I can think of that performed at the biggest stage. Those are the
yeah,
only three.
The issue is like when you played against Cape Verde, you had so much ball, but you didn't create a chance, and that was without Yamal and Williams on the pitch. I think if you had those two on, they would just be someone and create a chance, like you saw in the last like 15 minutes when Yamal came on.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Same thing happened.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's what the you know, that's what boggles my mind because he saw that and didn't bring on Iglesias. Like I don't get that. Why
I
did you just score a goal?
I
Leave
said
Rico on the bench.
I said Iglesias should have come on.
Yeah, same. Especially the crosses, the amount of crosses we had that game.
I
Bro,
said
he's a target man.
yeah, because
He's a target man.
who was playing right back for you that game? Was it Lorente
Was
right back?
Lenton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said you should have brought Porro on,
Mm-hmm.
and Iglesias at the same time, just whip balls in the box
Literally, yeah.
and just get someone to attack it because
Yeah.
what you were doing wasn't working.
Yeah, exactly. And
Which
it was like, I guess, bro, honestly, I don't understand what he's doing. Like, what did it? He got lucky with that group stage because I think tactically was just getting it wrong. Like, he was just getting it so wrong, especially the first game. Even the third game against Uruguay, he was lucky that Bayern scored, but I think tactically got it wrong. He played such a physically weak side. He tried to bring on Marino for a bit of like physicality, but again, they didn't bring Gavi on as well.
but he's missed a lot of the season as well. Marino has.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
coming in great form. So
yeah. No, I hear it. I hear it. And Iglesias as well hasn't had a chance. Munoz hasn't had a chance as well. Right, taking Pedro Porro out again after having a good performance against Saudi Arabia. I didn't get that. I was like, what's going on?
yeah,
Right, so I don't know, man.
I think they were
It's
just
what the knockout stages is like, but
yeah. Well,
tactically,
Spain got lucky that their group wasn't so difficult where you had to play your best team every game.
yeah, yeah.
It was still tough enough where you had to play good players, but like you got so much quality on the bench regardless of who plays. But it's about
Yeah.
getting them on the
Yeah.
pitch like, at the right
Yeah.
time as well. Because
Yeah.
like Porro and Grimaldo, if you're playing against a low block, you can sub them both on a fullback and just whip balls in the box with Iglesias. And if you put Rodri in centre mid, then you're going to stop most teams on a counter attack or slow them down at least. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. I think
No, you got
it's tough that your side of the draw though, Spain,
uh-huh.
because you have to beat a lot of
Yeah,
good teams on the way.
well, that's what you have to do to be the best. What would you say about England, though? How you confident are you with England?
I, I'm more confident that we finish first because our side of the draw is a lot easier. I think the only team
Yeah.
that gives us real trouble is Argentina.
Uh-huh.
I,
Yeah, I agree.
I
I
think
was about to say the same thing as well.
I think Brazil could do, but if you shut down Vinicius, Brazil don't look like they have anything else.
That's what I said as well. One of my lives, I literally said that. I think Well, people saying that Cunha and Ryan can chip in, but I'm like, I don't think it'll be as effective as Vinny. Vinny gets shot out.
No, well, Cunha, Cunha kind of needs something to be made for him. He can do some stuff, but in a World Cup like semi-final, if they play against England or quarter-final, I don't think he's got it in him. And also, their midfield is not good. Their defense is a bit
Yeah,
shaky.
yeah.
Like England,
I think that midfield so
yeah, we
overrated, man.
England can change enough in our squad. I think Tuchel's the second best manager in the tournament. I think the only manager better than him is Ancelotti.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So I trust him to make the changes.
I think it's tight at the top because I think with Ancelotti, I don't even think he's that great of a man. He's just a good manager. He knows who to pick
Yeah, he's not the best coach.
tactically.
He's not
Yeah,
the best
I
coach.
don't think
But as a manager, controlling personalities and getting the best out of people, especially when your superstar's Vinicius.
yeah.
That's the thing. If he was with a nation like Croatia, who just have like good players all across the pitch, or Morocco, he wouldn't get the same effect. But
Yeah.
because he's in a superstar nation like Brazil, he kind of fits it.
Yeah, no, that's fair, man. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go because I need to go out, but keep doing your thing, man. I'll keep obviously seeing if I can join.
Appreciate it, man.
And obviously my workload's a little bit less, so
All right.
yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll get you in at some point, anyways.
So,
Again, see you later, man.
take it easy, yeah?
Appreciate it. Guys, make sure you go follow Kelly as well. If you can get past the rage bait, he does actually talk some common sense, some good ball knowledge. But you need to get past that first rage bait. Yeah, follow Smigava as well. Smigava, I've known Kelly for like 5 years now. I was at uni with him, and we lived together for a year. So I don't think Cape Verde are the biggest surprise based on what I thought they would be coming into the tournament. I know you just from one live and you rage baited me. I didn't rage bait you. That was my genuine opinion. Oh, I thought that was a goal. Go on, go on. Oh, South Africa got away with one there. South Africa got away with one massively there. Canada was cleared off the line about 3 times in one little from one corner. The first header off the line. Second one twice. Sithole highest rated. Is he actually? Sithole is the current highest rated player. On what? Eunice. What is he the highest rated player on? I think it's unfair Mexico player, Mexico City. I don't think so necessarily. I mean, they're a home team. I think it's weird that there's 3 home nations. I think it should just be one. Alright, foot mom, let me have a look at this. Sito's got Modiba's higher now. Modiba's higher 7.4. But Sito with a 7.2 after dropping an absolute stinker in the first game. Sweden's not the biggest surprise, in my opinion. To be fair, do you think Netherlands could be a? I don't, because they have to get past Morocco, and I don't think he gets past. I don't think they get past Morocco. Right, so it's interesting, right? So we look at Colombia versus Portugal on FootMob, right? So I just want to have a look at the stats um before I look at the play ratings, right? Martin, Colombia 55% possession, 24 shots to 13 against Portugal, 6 shots on target to 2, 34 touches in the opposition box compared to 13, more corners, more accurate passes, more expected goals from open play, more shots inside the box, more shots outside the box, more tackles, everything. Dribbles, Portugal had more on, but you look at the lineup and you look at the ratings on the lineup. The two worst ranked players on the pitch. Firstly, for Colombia, 6.1, it was Cordoba, who got subbed off in the 60th minute on a 6.1 rating. The second lowest was Ronaldo, rated 6.3 and played the full 90. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense in my opinion. How can you play Ronaldo for 90 minutes if he's got a 6.3 rating? I really don't understand. I can't see. There you go, Leo. Guys, make sure you like and follow the live. Share as well. I'll be doing this every day. I'll be doing a live stream of some sort every day as we go into the as we continue into the knockout stages. And it's not a surprise if they can't win 2 games. World Cup quiz. We can do a World Cup quiz if you want, Riley. Have you got a quiz? Leo, I'm glad you know ball knowledge. I'm glad I'm attracted to the right people into the live stream. People who understand. What I'll go ahead and do is I'm gonna try and open this up and just let everyone come in. Whoa. How do I do this? Give me a minute and I'll figure this out. How to do this. Riley, make sure you follow along because then you know we've got the same ball knowledge. Right, how do I? Someone's got to help me out with this. You know what, I'll get Riley in. Why not? Riley, come on in.
Yo,
How's it going?
good.
So, what do you think about this list?
Um, Honestly, I've just joined.
Okay, have a little look and see what you think.
Best team so far, France. Honestly, true.
Yeah.
I don't think Messi's been the best player.
Who would you put as best player then?
I think silently because I know he hasn't scored much goals.
You think who?
I say Elise. Elise.
Oh, Elise. I think Elise has probably been more important to France's success than anyone else.
Yeah.
I didn't think he's the key because he's the one who supplies Dembele and Mbappe.
I think the biggest surprise been Japan, to be honest.
Why did you not think they would do this well?
Nah, I didn't think they'd do this well.
Because Japan are ranked.
Not in the group they were in. I didn't think they would do too well.
Japan are ranked 17th in the world. So I thought Japan would get out the group stage comfortably. And I thought they'd be a good side. They were exactly what I thought they would be. So that's why I don't have them as a surprise. Whereas I thought Mexico wouldn't. I didn't think Mexico would top the group, and I definitely didn't think they would win 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Okay, what about favourites?
Spain. I don't think Spain are favourites. I think France are.
Based on what they've shown so far, based on what they could be in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Spain drew to Cape Verde at the end of the day, didn't they?
I know that was the first game. You always give them a little bit of leniency in the first game, but I think Spain will just get better every round. That's my argument for them.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I think Spain will just get better with every game they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a big group of people up. Why not? Let's just get everyone talking.
Yo.
All right, hello. I'm gonna let everyone can talk however they want, but just let other people talk when they're up.
Yo.
How's it going?
Bro, I can't like, take Spain off favourites right now, bro.
Why? Who should be there instead?
It has to be France. It has to be France. There's no way Spain.
But
There's no way Spain are the favourites.
as Spain gets
If
through the
it's
rounds,
points against Capo Verde, they have to go, bro. Yeah. No way.
but France were close to losing against Senegal.
No, they weren't. They were 2-0 up.
They were close to losing against Senegal in that game. Did you watch it?
Close to losing. How are they close to losing? We won 2-0.
Against Senegal?
No, they won 3-1.
They didn't. They were.
2-0 over Senegal. They won 3-1.
It wasn't 3-1. Yes, Mbappe scored in the 96th minute, straight after Senegal scored. But for the after Mbappe scored the first goal, it was very back and forth. The Barcola goal kind of killed any momentum, but then Senegal was still attacking, and then they scored eventually, and then Mbappe just scored another goal out of nowhere.
But Spain still drew to Cabo Verde, so I don't get your point.
Yeah, but they didn't look troubled by Cape Verde at all. They just didn't score. Spain didn't look good enough.
You're
But
only being troubled by them if you can't score against them.
no, they weren't troubled defensively. Spain didn't create any chances, but
Yeah, but that means the attack is not good enough then. So that's still a problem.
yeah, but in that game, yeah, I agree. I think they should have brought on Iglesias up front and just cross balls into the box. But France looked defensively vulnerable against Senegal. They looked defensively vulnerable in every game.
Yeah, but I think Spain are just relying on Yemi Yamal too much.
I disagree because I think you've got players all across the pitch who are good players. You've got Pedri in midfield. You've got Rodri. You've got Kubasi. You've got players all across the pitch who can do stuff.
Did you see Spain's last match? There was just 5 people marking him.
Against Uruguay.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, but
That's true. They got lucky against Uruguay as well.
they weren't great against Uruguay. They
Yes.
weren't great. They were a lot better in the second game. Second game, they looked comfortable throughout the whole game.
You can say the same for Portugal though, because Portugal were good in the second game.
No,
They
but
were trash in the first and third game.
Yeah,
so,
no,
like,
but Portugal,
against Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan, of no, of all the games I've watched in the World Cup, I think I've watched 25 games full. Uzbekistan were the worst I've seen by far.
You say you're a Messi fan, bro.
It's nothing to do with being a Messi fan. But Portugal, they should have won that game 8 or 9-0.
I do agree with that. To be fair.
I think if Ronaldo wasn't on the pitch, they would have won that game 8 or 9-0.
Yeah, the thing is, with Ronaldo, he can't play 90 minutes anymore. He's getting too old.
And you can't play the ball to him anymore. Everything good that they did went past him, and he was either the finisher or someone else did something. Like the first goal was Cancelo beating a man and crossing the ball in, and Ronaldo just had to shoot.
Just quick.
Huh?
Everyone's just expecting Portugal to do well because they've got Ronaldo.
But then also the midfield. But then Ronaldo on the pitch doesn't get the best out of their midfield.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Man United fan, but all I'm saying is Bruno Fernandes has not played well enough.
Yeah, my argument with Bruno is that he needs players that make runs. Like look at Mbermo, Cunha, Sesko. They all make runs. Ronaldo doesn't do that, so you lose the best part of his game. That's the biggest issue with it, in my opinion.
Did you see as soon as Rafael Leao came on that pitch against Uzbekistan, they looked a complete different side.
Yeah, they looked like when they were attacking, it was back to front in 5 seconds. They looked like they could just go from Costa and goal up the pitch as quick like that.
Yeah.
But then with Ronaldo, it just doesn't happen. France defense is a heavy letdown. Yeah, I agree. France's defense looks vulnerable. Their midfield looks vulnerable. It's just they've got so much firepower up front.
The thing is, you expect France's defence to do well because they've got like Saliba and that.
They do have Saliba, but Like, there's only so much covering you can do. Like Upamecano's got a mistake in him, so does Saliba. They've both got mistakes in them on the ball.
Yeah.
Kunde's not great, and then they're playing Digne left back.
Not anymore.
Imagine Digne against Yamal in like the semi final.
Yeah.
He's getting killed. So
How do you think England? I think England did the same against Mbappe and like Barca.
yeah, but Kubasi versus Mbappe is a more even matchup than Digne versus Yamal. Like if Yamal up against Digne, Yamal wins every single battle in my opinion. Whereas Kubasi versus Mbappe, I think Kubasi wins that a couple times in the game.
Yeah, but you also need to look like you have Dembele who is support to Mbappe, and that is like
Yeah, you've got
Dembele is like Ballon d'Or winner, so like
yeah Dembele in the last game was the best player on the pitch by a mile. But
yes, for sure.
like
So that's
Spain
what I'm saying.
Spain has
Like,
still got
this is the
Cucurella.
main difference.
Spain has still got Cucurella, he's a good defender. I don't like him, but he's a good defender.
Jamie Carragher said it. To be fair, he said that Mbappe would try to be greedy in this World Cup. Don't let it be Dembele's World Cup because if it's Dembele's World Cup, he'll win the Ballon d'Or probably again.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with someone like France is that I think it's too Mbappe central. Same as Portugal with Ronaldo. Like, I think Elise is the most important player for France because he's the creator. But Mbappe's got to be your finisher still. Yeah, Mbappe's still got to be your finisher. But if Mbappe starts getting too greedy when he's got the best players around him, then they're not going to get past a good team like Morocco or Spain. If he starts delegating and understands his role that he's a finisher against Spain or he's a finisher against Morocco, then they'll wipe the floor with him. But in the moment he starts seeing other people, I think Morocco kill Netherlands. Um, I think they dominate the game, but they win like 2-1. But I, but I do think Morocco are much better than Netherlands, in my opinion. I think Morocco are one of the best teams in the World Cup
So why don't you put them as favorites?
because I don't think they have the technical quality to get past someone like Spain. I think that when it comes down to the last two rounds, you need moments of brilliance from players, and I think Spain have too many people to outclass Morocco. That's the issue. Yeah, Eden, you can come up as well. Albanian, I think. Is that Albanian flag? Yeah. Completely unbiased. Completely unbiased in this World Cup.
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Good, good. Can I know what is the topic today?
Right here, the World Cup ranking.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
I, is the best player for this tournament or?
Just in the three games. Just in the three games of the World Cup.
I would say that favorites is also France.
I can understand the argument. I can understand the argument for France, but I just think Spain will get better and Spain will control the tempo. And against France, the game will be more open, and there'll be opportunities for Spain to score. Like Spain is similar to England, where if the game is very open, they'll be able to exploit you. But if you have to break them down, then they don't really have a second game plan.
Yeah, but you cannot compare England and Spain.
You can.
No, you cannot. Spain are miles better.
I don't think they're miles better.
Yeah, I think they couldn't beat Ghana.
Yeah, but Spain couldn't beat Cape Verde, so you can't use that argument.
Yeah, but England robbed Ghana.
How did England rob Ghana?
It shouldn't been a penalty when Guehi tackled the.
Oh, when it was Konza. It was Konza and it was offside.
Oh,
It was given as offside.
oh, then, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, ask away.
What's your opinion on biggest surprise to be Bosnia?
To be who?
Bosnia.
Bosnia. I don't. I don't know because I think Bosnia should have got out the groups, and I don't think they win their first game. I think they lose to USA. So if they beat USA, that would be a surprise for me. But Bosnia don't really have anything in their squad. They've got Dzeko, who's old. They've got the centre back who I can't say his name. I'm not even gonna try to say Hemovic, whatever it is. Plays in the Serie A. Um, I can't remember his name. Um, but yeah, he looks like he's moving to Inter Milan or something. Mahar Removic from Sassuolo. He's good, but they're not going to beat USA.
Do you think Mexico will go through this round?
Mexico get through this round, but then they lose in the next round because Mexico.
Against Ecuador.
Yeah, I think Mexico beat Ecuador. I think their home advantage is massive for them playing in Mexico City.
So I don't think so actually.
They're playing in Mexico City, and Ecuador's defense is amazing, but their attack isn't fantastic.
Yeah, but they can score a lucky goal. I don't think Mexico can score against them.
Yeah, but they won 3 out of 3 in the groups. Like it says a lot about them. Regardless, when you win 3 out of 3 in a group, like it's a big say on what you're doing.
Yeah, but they know they had like one of the worst groups.
They did. They had a very easy group, but they still had to win those 3 matches, and they did.
Any country could have won that. Like not like Uzbekistan, but like I thought they were gonna be first in that group.
I thought they would be second. I thought Korea would win that group.
No,
Like
Korea is not.
Korea are a good
Mexico,
side,
their grounds like no way.
but also Czechia aren't a walkover team. They're not.
Czechia is really disappointing.
Yeah, they're not a great team, but they're not a walkover team. And Mexico won 3-0 against them. So and you look at the group, right? Korea beat Czechia, South Africa beat Korea, and Mexico beat all 3 of them. So it's a quite a balanced group. And you look at Mexico compared to those other sides, they're all pretty balanced. As the 4 of them aren't great, there's no like super teams in there that are going to go far. But when you look at the 4 teams just in that group, it's quite well balanced.
Do you think Portugal is gonna beat Croatia?
No,
I just wanted to ask that.
No.
no, I think Croatia win that game.
Why did you put top 10 teams Portugal, top 10 Croatia, not top 10?
I didn't put Portugal top 10. I'd Portugal 12th or 13th. I didn't put them top 10. That's why everyone kicked off about.
But you said, okay, but you said Croatia is like worse than Japan or like Ivory Coast.
Yeah, they are, but Portugal are playing Croatia. They're not playing Japan or Ivory Coast. So
No, bro, I think Ivory Coast is much worse than Croatia.
what? How are Ivory Coast worse than Croatia?
Yes.
Did you watch Ivory Coast against Germany?
Okay.
Yes, okay. That doesn't prove anything. Did you watch first half England versus Croatia? Did you watch Croatia against Ghana? They dominated Ghana.
Yeah, but Ghana aren't as good as Germany.
Okay, how much was Germany and Ivory Coast?
Well, the goals.
Yes, how much the score?
Let me have a look. I think it was 2-1. Yeah. No, that was Ecuador Germany 2-1. Yeah, two. It was 2-1 Germany.
Yeah, so they lost against Germany.
Yes, but it took a 94th minute winner and an 88th equalizer.
Yeah, but Germany was playing better.
I don't think Germany were playing better throughout the whole game. No, it went back and forth, and I think it's pretty 50-50.
Okay, but okay, Ghana and England they played 0-0 and Croatia beat Ghana.
Yeah, I know. Croatia were better against Ghana than England were.
Yeah, that's right. Croatia can be really bad and really, really, really good.
Yeah, that's why I don't have them in the top 10 because they're so unpredictable.
But yeah, but they could beat Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are like not good.
Ivory Coast are a
They're
good side.
okay, but like
Uh, it's a shame we're not going to see
Yes.
because both teams would have to get to the final for us to see that.
Neither of them are
Yeah.
in the final.
Yeah, that's the problem. But I think it would be a very good game. But I think Ivory Coast would beat Croatia.
What do you think? Will Croatia lose to Spain?
Yeah, Croatia lose to Spain. I've got Spain as my favourites. I don't think Spain lose to anyone. Well,
Yeah,
why would Croatia beat Spain?
I think so.
You think so?
I think actually Spain is gonna beat Croatia.
Yeah, I don't think Croatia would have a chance against Spain. To be honest. What?
No, I think Spain is gonna beat Croatia.
Yes, I don't think it's close though. But they won't even play, will they? I don't think they will play.
Yeah, they will
if
against.
Croatia beats Portugal and Spain beats somebody, they will play.
Oh, in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you are. I keep getting this.
Yeah.
I keep getting this bracket mixed up. For some reason I thought Spain were on the bottom one. It's too many. It's too many matches. Yeah, Spain beat Croatia or Portugal. Whoever gets through, it doesn't make a difference.
Who do you think is gonna be like top scorer? Top scorer.
It'll be. It's difficult because Argentina play Cape Verde. If Messi scores 2, he'll have 8 goals for the tournament, and that will be hard to beat. Like France have got hard games all the way up to the final. So I don't think, huh?
I'm telling you, Messi is going to be a top scorer because
I think he probably will be.
because of the game teams he's going to face, for example.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because against Egypt and Cape Verde,
Because he's the goat.
that's true as well. But I think if you're playing Cape Verde and Egypt in your first 2 rounds, you could probably score 4 goals against them two teams, and then you've got 10 goals for the World Cup.
Yeah, fair.
Whereas like England have Congo.
Yeah.
Could Kane score a hat trick potentially? But I don't think Mbappe scores.
Also, Messi could score a hat trick against Cape Verde.
That's the thing. Messi would have to not score for Kane to win the Golden Boot. I think Messi scored too many already.
Yeah, because he's like the best player for.
He is the best, and also these two teams. He's the best. IDC. What's your opinion on the way Iran was knocked out? I think it's one of those dodgy things. You got to see the video of Arnautovic on the pitch after they scored, on the sidelines. It's mental. It's a weird one. I think you got to play your final group stage game everyone at the same time. That's the only way to do it. But opinion on refereeing. That's actually a good topic point for this World Cup because the new rules. What do you guys think?
Red card against Almiron was like not necessary, bro.
No, but
Red
that
card from
no, but,
covering your mouth is the most stupidest thing ever.
no, but it's a good rule. It is because
Yeah, but just because in the Benfica versus Real Madrid was that in
no, but it happens in every game though. It happens in every game. Someone says something, and this I think it's a good rule because it stops play.
So much players cover their mouth just when speaking.
No, because
So
no,
much.
no, but they made this If it's in a friendly conversation, it's allowed. But if it's something, if they're having a confrontation and you do it, that's when you get a red card.
Yeah, but someone can say he insulted me, but it doesn't mean to be true.
No, but you can see the body language of players if they're friendly, having a friendly conversation, or if they're having some sort of confrontation. And regardless of if it's true or not, if you put yourself in that position, then the referee can enforce the rules. And that's the best part about the World Cup is the referee has been able to enforce every single rule. The 5 second throw-ins, the 5 second corners, the 5 second goal kicks. Great.
That's okay. That's nice.
That's the best part.
But covering mouth is probably done.
No, because I think it just takes
Mouth is really done.
it takes the power away from players.
Yeah, but from like
I don't know, Adam.
years, all of the players covering their mouth.
Yeah, I know, but also for years and years, players have been diving and it's ruining the game. Slickback's their
Yeah,
home
but
thing,
you
I
can't
think.
change that. You get yellow card.
Yeah, but you can change it. If you start giving people red cards, then they're going to stop doing it. You will, because everyone, if
Yeah,
you're
but
if you're getting sent off for saying something
Yeah,
for covering your mouth, you'll you'll stop doing it.
yeah, that is really dumb.
No, but they'll stop doing it. The
Yeah,
same
but
way the
they-
corners.
I
Like the,
think it's really dumb, bro.
if you look at the corners now, Declan Rice doesn't take 20 minutes to take a corner now. But if he was with Arsenal, he's taking 20 minutes to take a corner, and it ruins the game. It ruins every single part of the game.
Yeah, yeah, that rule is really good, but covering mouth is bad.
No, but it's just taking the power away from players on the pitch, and I think that's the best way to do it. I don't think you can have, I don't think you can have players on the pitch controlling everything, controlling the speed, controlling the rules, controlling what they say, what they do.
Do you think? Uh, do you think Messi is going to the finals?
No, I think Argentina lose to England in the semis.
Holy biased fan, bro.
It's not biased. I think that matchup suits England better because the game's going to be a lot more open, and huh? I think the game is going to be a lot more open, which favors England, which means people like Kane can drop into midfield and play the ball for Gordon, for Rashford, for Saka in behind, and I think that's where we're going to hurt them. And I think we match up physically well to slow down Messi. You can't stop him, but you can slow him down.
And I think Messi is like really good, and I think they gonna win.
Yeah, but if you put like Jed Spence to man mark Messi, Spence is faster than Messi today. He's stronger than Messi today. But then you also just bring Declan Rice over, who's got the legs to match him. Then you can kind of get the ball out of his feet as quick as possible.
Yeah, but the England needs to have constantly two players on him, and that always leads to one pass free.
But then I think they would also need to have players watching Kane and Bellingham.
Yeah, but I think one player is enough for that for Bellingham, or one player is enough for Kane.
I don't think
I think two or three players are needs to be on Messi.
I don't think one player is enough to stop Kane. I think if
I think
I think if you have a whole unit, if you have your whole unit set up, you can stop him. But I don't think you can just man mark Harry Kane out of the game. He's too smart.
no, but he cannot dribble. He's not fast.
You think England is going to beat Brazil or Norway?
Yes.
Defense wins.
Yes, I think the thing with Norway is you've got obviously Odegaard and Haaland who play in the Prem. You've got players in the England side who are used to playing against them. Like Gahey plays with Haaland and he's played against him for Palace. Konza Stones has played with Haaland for 3 years now, 4 years. So I think you have people who can slow him down, and I think that will be in England's favour. You know, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a difficult one to break down.
I mean, those are the only three teams that could do something: Argentina, England, and Brazil.
Yeah, but even still, I think Norway could do something because when you've got someone like Haaland who can score against anyone, you always have a chance.
he didn't play 1 minute against France.
Yeah, that's because Norway were already qualified, so they didn't want to risk their players getting injured. They came out and probably like Norway wanted to come second because look at the side of the draw they're on now. If they're on the other side, they're gonna have to be like Netherlands, Morocco. Um, I think they wanted to come second because none of them played. Noosa played like 10 minutes at the end. Odegaard didn't play, so I think they set up to do that.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, there'll be a difficult game against Ivory Coast. It will be.
I think they're gonna win it for like.
I think they probably do win it, but I don't think it's an easy game
I think it's gonna be like scoring for sure the goals.
against Ivory Coast. I don't know if he for sure gets 2 goals.
Holland is really good offensively. Nobody can stop him. So.
I know, but Haaland can create stuff for himself. He needs someone else to do it for him.
Yeah, Odegaard.
Yeah, but
Just
Odegaard is very, very easy to mark out of a game. It happens for Arsenal all season long, and he's been replaced by people like Eze. So, what's to say that Ivory Coast don't do that as well?
because Ivory Coast is not like the clubs that are in the Prem. They're really like they doesn't have big player names.
Yeah, but Ivory Coast, they've got Sangare, who's an experienced player. They've got Kessie, who's an experienced player. Like
That is
they've got.
that is not enough to compete like the player like Odegaard or like Nusa or like Haaland.
Yeah, but not Haaland, but Odegaard. They're physical. Odegaard does not play well against physical defenders because he's too weak on the ball. That's the problem. He's too weak on the ball. He can get bullied. It'll be interesting to watch though. I'm gonna have to end my TikTok live stream because I'm on at 5%. If you head over to YouTube, I've got the same thing on. It's quite a boring game to watch actually. It's one of the worst ones I've seen. Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining as well. Thank you very much, man. As a whole, this game has been very, very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. I thought Canada would walk this game, but Jonathan David's been quite invisible. I don't know the 4-4-2 system is working, and I think they should have changed that quite early in the game. I think that they have the players to change it, but I think they need to swap. They need to swap the system they're playing in right now because it's just not doing it for them. Yeah, we'll see how this game develops towards the back end because if it goes to extra time penalties, anyone's game. It's anyone's game. Is that for me? That's a no then. I was on the live stream. I had people on. So I had people on the live stream. So massive news. Yandy Amande has decided to join PSG. Liverpool will not submit another bid. Interesting. Sandro Tonali has reached a 6-year contract agreement with Tottenham, and there's confidence that we can get it done. But quite interesting to see some of the transfers that have been linked to. Manu Kone is linked for 45 and 50, between 45 and 50 million euros, which is a very good price. It's a very good price for him. Oh, chance for South Africa. Oh, sat the defender down and then just sent it wide. I don't understand Yandy Amande's move to PSG though, because he's going to be a backup. He's never going to be a first choice there over. Unless Due goes in midfield. But then when they've got Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, João Neves, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult to get into the starting lineup. Robin Lewandowski is going to the MLS. The MLS is now picking everyone back up over the Saudi League. I don't know I don't know who would be my man of the match so far. Like no one has stood out as amazing. Sito has actually had a pretty good game. Considering what he did previously, Sito has had a very good game. Like in the first game of the tournament, he was horrendous. And then today he's played well. All game pretty much. Um let's see who. Yeah, Sito is third highest ranked player in this game. The lowest ranked player, by the way, is I think the most valuable player in the squads outside of Alphonso Davies. I think Jonathan David is the most valuable player in either squad. Um, and he's the lowest ranked with a 5.5, and he's still on the pitch. Oh, massive save. Massive save. And I think that was Modiba getting back. Modiba getting back and clearing the ball. Oliver Sehi was strength, power to get through. And Jonathan David going for that second ball. But it was Mbokazi who cleared it. Mbokazi's been very good this game. He has. I mentioned him before the game as being the important player for South Africa, and he's shown it right there. But there's a corner for Canada. Is a good delivery. It is a good delivery, and it's a terrible header. It is a terrible header from that was Luc de Forgeros. Forgeros. By the way, Refu will never get old. Refu is one of my favorite things, my favorite addition of technology I've seen that and goal line technology, because goal line technology is almost flawless, because there's no way to say, oh, did it cross the line, did it not cross the line, what is across the line, what is not across the line. Like, it's a very clear, like, understanding of what goal line technology is for. But then, just for the viewer's point of view and the fun of the game, ref cam is incredibly fun. Good ball. Buchanan with a decent ball in. No one's making the run though. I think it's Buchanan's probably offside there, to be honest. But no. Oh, yellow card. That's a yellow card. Drinks break, which means advertisement coming up. Uh, Jonathan David's been so disappointing in this game. As someone who wanted him to come to Tottenham, I wanted him to be signed from Lille on a free instead of going to Juventus. He's been so disappointing in every part of the game that I've watched. He's the lowest ranked in this game, but also the last couple games, obviously got a hat trick. But outside of that, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't looked dangerous. He hasn't looked exciting. He hasn't looked like someone who can dominate a game. And that's an issue. That's an issue if you want to go far and he's your number one striker. I think Canada do need to make a sub though. I think Promise David needs to come on. I think he provides a different kind of dynamic in that forward area. I do not want this to go to extra time or penalties. I cannot do another 30 minutes of this kind of game. Having been to South Africa and seen the culture around football in South Africa, um, I don't want to say I'm surprised by it, but I went to the Kaiser Chiefs against their local rivals, and there was about 1,000 people in the stands in one of the stadiums that was built for the World Cup or was used for the World Cup, and they love football. They absolutely love it. I've seen the coaches. I've seen the young players. There's so much talent. There's so much power. There's so much strength, and they can just never get to that top echelon of African football, and then progressively with world football. And I don't really understand why. Because I've seen 14, 15, 16-year-old South African players, and physically they can match up in England. And the England youth football, there's a lot of physical advantages that you can get, and they can compete on that front. But also technically, there's so much technical ability. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot more raw than it is in an England or a European club. It's a lot more raw talent. Like at the top, the coaching is very good, but I think as you go down, and you get to certain areas of the country, like the level just drops down quite a bit, and that's probably where the issue lies. But as a whole, I think South Africa can slowly but surely become one of the best, and that's from personal experience watching the young players play in South Africa, not in the UK. And South African kids will come over here. I went out there for a week, 6 hours of football every day for 5 days, and they love it, and they want to play well, and they want to show off, and they want to let people know that this special kind of they're these special kind of players, and they are. But it's important that that can then be developed into actual results. Which we haven't seen for a few years. And Bukazi, again, he looks finished. And Bukazi looks dead on his feet. Nico Sigura. Got away with one there, South Africa. That could have been dangerous position to give the ball away. That was weak from the Canadian centre back. That was so weak. He just tried to throw his body on the floor to win a foul, and it just didn't work. It was just poor. There's so much more dynamic with Alfonso Davies, and I know it's not a surprise because he's when he's fit, he's one of the best fullbacks in the world. He plays on the wing for Canada, but he just gives him such a different dynamic of just elite ball carrying, pace, power, technical ability, everything. I would love for this game. Sorry, I would love for this game to go to penalties. It would be boring to watch another 30 minutes. That's the issue. It would be very boring to watch another 30 minutes of this. But then watching the penalty shootout will be incredible. Good chance. Oh, you say it's more worth the mention. Alfonso Davies has just come on for the first time this World Cup. I think this is the moment for him. This is the moment for Canada where their whole game switches now. So I don't know where he's going to play. Is he going to play on the left? He is playing on the left because Buchanan was on the right. He came on for Buchanan and whoever was on the left wing, which was Miller. No, not Miller. Someone came on for Miller. Schaffelberg. Schaffelberger came on, is now on the right hand side. The only issue I think we will see with Alfonso Davies is he will play with a certain fear that of his injury because he does not want to get injured again. But instantly, oh, What a chance. Probably the wrong decision shooting from there, but he should have played to the right to Schaffelberger. But getting a shot is a good start. It's a very good start. I'm just very surprised that Jonathan David's still on the pitch. But I guess now you've got David and David up front. And maybe that is what you need to strike fear into the opposition. I'm struggling to talk today. That looks like Alfonso Davies just started limping from one little battle, which isn't a good start. Is he still just get a ball in the box? Go on, good ball. Jonathan David, good shot on target. This is one of the things that shows the level difference between like the Bundesliga and like just lower leagues in Europe and around the world. Is that Alfonso Davies is obviously a good player. His issues is his injuries, but you can see everyone just defers to him. There's a certain fear in the South African players when he gets the ball, and he's not a world class player. He's a very very good player, but he's not there at that level. But yet everyone else on this pitch is now focusing on him. $10 minutes left, plus any additions. Probably about 15 minutes. Probably about 15 minutes left. I just want there to be a goal. I want there to be something. Something that can excite me for this game. I'm just not seeing it right now. I'm not seeing where everything's gonna come from. But Alfonso Davies just run at him. He should just be getting the ball and running. Should be getting the ball and running. Especially with Alfonso Davies being fresh, you should just be putting the ball behind for him to chase and try and get in behind the South African defence, which we're just not seeing enough of yet. We're seeing a lot of ball to feet, and he's kind of facing people up. But you need to get him in his dangerous positions, which is running. Running at defenders, running in behind, opens land in front of him. Like here. He's got space in front of him, and he messes up. He plays a bad attempted pass, and that's a terrible clearance from South Africa. And the ball comes back out. It's so poor. That's an easy pass, and he couldn't make it. Come on. I'd love to see the limbs of a goal scored now. Decent ball in the box, a little bit behind Promise David, and then too far away for Alfonso Davies to get involved. I don't know if the refereeing's been good in this game or bad. I think it's been very mixed, but I don't know if it's good or bad. I really don't. There's been a lot of fouls in this one. A lot of fouls. I don't know if that's just the two teams are fouling a lot, or because the ref is being less lenient in those moments. It's a good ball. Promise Davids backed up. And it's a bad attempted pass. Bad attempted pass back towards Jonathan David. Good ball into his feet. Play. Jonathan David tried to force it through when he should just opened up, played out wide. Big switch. Big switch. Good ball. Schaffelberg tried to play this quick short one into Promise David, and now South Africa on the counter attack. Oh, bad pass, bad touch. Alfonso Davies just kick and run. Here he goes. Alfonso Davies nowhere near sharp enough in that moment. He's just kind of showing his time away from the game. So I'll keep touching my shoulder. I got sunburn and it's just all peeling, so it's just itchy. Yeah, it's not great. There will be about, I think, 6 minutes of added time, which would mean there's 13 minutes left from now. A lot can happen in 13 minutes, but the way this game is going, I don't know if it will. Go on. Good hands from the keeper. Oh, good little chance from Promise. Cutting on his left, cut back onto his stronger right foot. It was probably going wide, but keeper did well to save it first and then also keep it close. Oh, he keeps doing that pass, and Promise David is just going in behind every time instead. Oh, that was a foul, in my opinion. That was an absolute foul. Go on. Go on. Drive at him left. He's lost the ball again. Wait, Alfonso Davies. What he's got to do is he's got to do old school Bale. 10-11 Bale. 11-12 Bale. Kick the ball and run. Kick the ball past him and run. Promise has been good. Promise has been good late on. But I still think Mbakazi would be my man of the match so far. according to Foot Mob, Madua or Madal, the right back for South Africa, has been the best player. But I would probably give it to Mbakazi as it stands, but I'm not going to pick until the game is over. Promise is kind of playing anyway he wants to play. He's everywhere at the moment. Oh, good tackle, Mbakazi. Very good tackle. That would have been the goal, I think. That would have been the moment. Oh, I see. Yellow card. I see yellow card. From LaRue. From Larea, sorry. Not LaRue. The quality just isn't very good in this game. It's just not very good. It's weird because Canada have good players. Like Buchanan plays at a high level. Jonathan David plays at a high level. Alfonso Davies was once the most valuable fullback in the world. And he's been terrible since he came on. He's been terrible. Who else on Canada's bench? I thought Jonathan Azario would come on. I did think Jonathan Azario would come on for a bit of experience. But I guess his legs probably aren't there anymore. The thing is, a lot of the Canadian players are MLS, so they won't have experience at the top level. But like Alfie Jones plays for Middlesbrough. He'll be used to the physicality. He will have quality, and he's a defender, which is you don't really want to make a defensive sub when you're chasing the game because you want people who are in the flow of the game who aren't going to get caught up in the speed of it. Which, if you bring in a sub, that's as likely what will happen. Big tackle there. Very big tackle there. From the Canadian centre back. Okay, 90th minute now. Let's see how many minutes of added time there is. I said 6. And we should be coming up to that any second now. Where they show us the time. You do not want to be messing with the ball there. I think Canada can show a little bit of pressure. 5 minutes at a time. I think Canada show a little bit of pressing power here. They could win the ball high. In a dangerous opportunity. Poor touch from Jonathan David, man. Go on, now go, drive. That's so poor. Just zip the ball into him. Zip it. Jonathan David has scored so many goals in his career, but he couldn't make a simple 10-yard pass there. Go on, there we go. A little bit combination. Goal! Canada, 91st minute. Wow. Massive moment for them there. That's such a shame for South Africa, though. Because South Africa, I mean, neither team have been amazing, but South Africa have defended well. It's a good touch, and it's a good finish from Eustachio. Keeper doesn't really have a chance there. Centre backs don't really have a chance there. It was the midfield. The midfield were not close enough. This is going to be a five at the back now for Canada. So South Africa have to go for it now. Who cares if you lose the game 3-0? You have to go for it. And you got 3 minutes to give yourself a chance to at least take it to extra time and penalties. He almost sold his keeper short there. The Canadian fullback. And Bakazi again, solid defensively. Oh, he's offside. You can't be offside there. You cannot be offside there. That must be like the biggest relief if you're a Canadian fan. That something like that has happened. Their first World Cup knockout stages, and they're going to go through. They're probably losing the next game based on how they played today. I don't think they have a chance against Morocco and Netherlands on the best of days, let alone how they played today. But they're giving themselves a chance by qualifying. One minute more in the game. Go on. And Makazi playing as a striker. Come on, drive. Go on, get the ball in the box. Deliver it, deliver it. Canada just happy to get rid of the ball. I think this can be their last chance now, South Africa. Last chance here for South Africa. Get in the box. Big hand from the keeper there. I don't know why this left back was beefing anyone. I don't know what his problem is. This left back is starting to beef everyone. The moment this is played, it's gonna be over. The Canadians have gone through. Canada are into the round of 16. Massive for them. As a whole, boring game though. As a whole, it was a boring game, but good little way to end it. So thanks if you watched. Thank you very much. Make sure you do donate if you can. Link in my bio. All the money goes to